Welcome back everyone to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the T57 Heavy. This is by far one of my favorite tanks to play as far as tier 10. It is a very powerful tank. For what it is, for an autoloader, the DPM is pretty crazy. Compared to all of the other autoloaders like the 50B, the TVP, the Minotaur, all that stuff. Any autoloader in tier 10, this definitely, in comparison, has some of the best DPM in the game as far as autoloaders go. So, I run improved aiming, V-stabs, and a turbo in this. The turbo's for just a better mobility. V-stabs, this tank just really needs it. And of course I have improved aiming for the better accuracy, because it kind of also does need it as well, I feel. So, yeah, this is one of my favorite maps to play on, especially this position here. Um, it can be quite good whenever you have tanks like this IS-7 here. He's going to get a feel of what this tank's reload is. So compared to the 50B, I like it's easier to do damage in this because of the burst. It's a lot quicker, because with the interclip it's 2 seconds versus 2.5 seconds like the 50B has. So, and also your reloaded general is a lot less, so it's like a 23 second mag reload, where with the 50B it's a 28. So quite a big difference there as far as being able to pump out damage. Yeah, it can be there's quite a difference. Now, of course, compared to the 50B, you're sacrificing a lot more shell velocity. I think it's around 1,000 for the heat for this, where the 50B's APCR is, I think, 1250, or it's 1200 or something like that. It's not a huge deal, but it is something noticeable. Also, too, with the T57, you kind of have to aim a little bit more careful because of the heat. So if you hit space number, you're not going to go through anything, so you have to be careful of that as well. Um, Also, the 50B, the biggest thing that I like it compared to this tank is the maneuverability. This tank can be quick with a turbo, but it feels a little sluggish compared to the 50B, at least if you ask me. Um, yeah, both very good tanks. I guess it just depends on your playstyle. Like for me, if you're really wanting to do damage and you need that DPM, this tank is definitely going to be better in that scenario. But if you're moving around a larger map and you need the mobility, then the 50B is definitely the way to go. Um, yeah, they're just super fun. I love this tank. I've been playing it a little bit more, kind of getting used to its playstyle. It's definitely different because you can't really. It's kind of the same thing with the 50B. You can't really. By the way, that test star just clapped that T30. Um, the 50B, you have to be more careful peeking because you can't really get very many bounces. The T57 you can, but it's not reliable. I definitely would rely on it. Um, yeah, you can't really side scrape either because the side of the cheeks of where the turret pokes out. Same with the 50B, that kind of it's too wide. It's where if you try side scraping, you just show a little bit of your turret ring, and they can just pen that fairly easily. So, yeah, it's it's not great for those, but if you use your allies and you have they're not focusing on you, the enemy isn't paying attention, you can it is so easy to pump out damage. And that's what I love about it. So, the turret is kind of trollish too. Like, it has armor, but only in certain places. It kind of slopes up like this as it goes closer to the gun mantle, or the gun mantelet. I'm sorry, I know people are gonna give me crap for saying that wrong, but yeah, it's very troll. So the heat on the T57, I think it's 340. Let's have a look. I can't remember. But yeah, I have to run full heat because the AP is not very good. It's 250, which is probably average, but that's almost a 100mm difference when it comes to penetration. So I feel that just spamming gold is just out worth it. Same with the tank before, the T5041. Also loved that tank. That was a very fun tank too to play. Yeah, it's definitely something that's worth grinding if you haven't already. if you're looking for a little bit of fun, this autoloader is definitely a tank to do that. So, um, yeah, look at that. We just ripped this guy apart, and yeah, that guy had fun. So I was gonna shoot there actually, but I kind of have little wiggly aim. I was kind of panicking because of the Jagdpanzer was coming around, but we do get that full clip out. So right now, let's talk about the battle. So we've lost East, and as you could see earlier, Riker wanted to push the 3-4 line, but I told him not to because we were losing East, and that puts us into a crossfire and we just would have died, so that's why I told him to stay here. And now this E5 also gets to experience what it's like to be in front of a T57 Heavy. That last shot was kind of my fault. I should have aimed a little bit further to the left, but it's not a huge deal. So that puts us at 4,000 damage already, and quite a big game. Quite easy so far for the most part. So Riker was tracked at the IS-7. I'm not gonna be able to get much. I want to kill this IS-7 just because he has the armor and the alpha. So we do put one round into him, and I decide that it is best to peek this E5 because no one else is gonna help him right now. So that seemed to be the wise decision. So I want this Jagdpanzer to poke. Unfortunately, I hit his track. I don't aim properly, but I do finish tracking him. And Riker is just about to reload it. He's going to be able to finish off this Jagdpanzer E100 pretty quickly. And yeah, we have to let them come to us. Especially with me and Riker together, we can pump out 3,000 damage pretty quickly between the two of us. So I'm gonna go for the ram a little bit. Doesn't quite work as I wanted it to, but I still have 3 shells that I could put into this IS-7. So that's exactly what I'm going to do once I get untracked, of course. And yeah, I know I was showing my whole side, but I was trying to hopefully kind of save Riker. I still have 1 shot left, so but it doesn't really matter. I was gonna reload, but then I remembered that the T30 is still a 1-shot, so I want to try and kill him. I'm gonna try to peek over here, see if he's over here. I'm not gonna really have an angle over there. I don't want to waste my time with it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and move up, and yeah, see if this T30 is still here. He actually is right against the corner here. Yep, there he is, and yeah, he's not really gonna be paying much attention. We stab him before he has a chance to react, and so yeah, that puts us at 5.4, almost under 1,500 spotting. I'm not sure where that spotting came from, to be honest with you. It must have been when they were pushing around there, the 6-7 line, at least for the enemies. That's my guess, but I honestly don't know. We do find the 704. I am going to aim, and I should have aimed kind of on the side rather than at his lower plate. We do track him once there. And then this blind, I think that's the only blind shot that hits, I believe. So, yeah, we have to be careful because of the 704. I'm surprised he doesn't blind fire here, to be honest with you, but I don't think he's peeking there. So I don't know if I set him on fire or if this next bag, if I hit any of the shots. I don't think I do hit any of these shots of where I blind fire, but yeah, that was kind of the goal anyway. So I only have 11 shots left, which is plenty. I'm kind of trying to blind fire roughly where I think he is. I should have killed him there if I pinned every shot. I think the 2 shots would have killed him because I think he had like 800 or 900 HP last. But yeah, there's not much else I could do. I was going to shoot the artillery, but I don't really have a shot on him. I'm not too worried about him. I just want to stay alive and wait for this 704 to get spotted. And already just blind fires him, so yeah, a very easy battle, and yeah, I like this tank. I really do. It is quite the tank as far as having DPM for an autoloader. So let's go ahead and look at these stats. I gotta turn this on. There we go. So for that, we did get the mastery badge. Pretty nice. That's the first one I think I've gotten to this tank, which is kind of surprising, to be honest, but before that I've kind of played like trash. We did hit the blind shot on the 704, because if you remember, we bounced the first 2, we penned the second, and then that last one, that fourth one, yeah, we hit blind. So 2.5K spotting, quite surprising for that position. We blocked a little bit of damage, just like I said, it's just the troll armor. So, and compared to our team, we did pretty good. Um, they didn't do too bad. We did lose 71,000 because, of course, we are spamming complete gold, so it's not unexpected. Um, and yeah, that was a very fun game, and I just wanted to share that with you guys. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I'll catch you guys later. You have a good rest of your day.